Warning! This video contains predictions of your current deck in the new format. Certain people might lose their minds. Be careful.
Okay.
2012, second at Nationals, a year later I was gone. It's laughable, I used to be admirable. Everything came natural, it was crazy. Subscribers were magical. Now it's time to regain their trust with the new season around the corner. Opponents need to be crushed, and TCG episodes weekly as a must, so definitely look forward, yo. This week it's time to check the new format. Which cards will we lose? Just like that, dark decks without dark patch. Oh, what the heck, they just got snatched out of acceleration. Everyone play another deck without hesitation. As a one-set strategy, visualization. No prism energies and blend energies will bring frustration. I'm quite looking forward to the new season. I'll give it another shot myself, I'm not weak, and I'm preparing myself to be undefeated. Research from the morning into the night. You will see me fight again the way I used to fight, with tournament reports by my side to inform you. A little thank you for the people that have stick with me through the years. You made me what I am today, so cheers. Yeah, thank you all. Now let's get this show started already. Yeah, episode 71. What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and you are watching episode 71. This time around we'll be taking a look at the new rotation. As you know, every year Pokemon rotates out certain sets so the metagame can remain fresh and new decks get the opportunity to shine. Pokemon officially announced that there will be a new rotation for the new season starting from the 3rd of September. So this is basically after the World Championships. This new season is also the season where I will be competing again, so expect tournament reports and deck analysis and the good stuff like that to return to the channel. Okay, so now to the rotation. The new standard format will be Boundaries Crossed and on, meaning every set that comes after Boundaries Crossed is legal as well as Boundary Crossed itself. Also, the promo cards that will be legal are all the black and white promos that come after the number 55, and of course black and white promo 55 included. And the X and Y promos are also legal. Everything else is illegal, guys. So what can we conclude? Well, next Destinies, Dark Explorers, Dragons Exalted and Dragon Vault will become illegal in the next season after Worlds. Wow, Zapdos TCG, does that mean my Mewtwo EX and Darkrai EX become illegal now? Well, no, luckily for us we have reprints. Yeah, and the reprinted set, Legendary Treasures, offers us lots of those playable cards like Mewtwo EX, Darkrai EX and many more actually. We have reprints of Garbodor, Blastoise, Ambor and so on, so we can still use those. The thing is, certain other cards didn't get reprinted at all and will be rotated out. Let us just take a quick look at the important stuff that we will lose. First, the trainer cards. Level Ball. Oh, that's not good for the setup decks. Heavy Ball, XP Share, Dark Patch and Dark Cloud. Dark decks without acceleration, will they survive? Stay tuned. Enhanced Hammer, Tool Scraper, Rescue Scarf, Devolution Spray, Giant Cape, Super Rod, Old Ember. Next, certain stadium cards. Sky Arrow Bridge, Pokemon Center, Twist Mountain, and Tropical Beach. Yes, this gets rotated out as well because it's a promo card that is not higher than the number 55. And in 2013 we got Champions Festival, which is another World's promo card, and it's not like Tropical Beach is not that good, so yeah, Tropical Beach will be gone. Moving on, we have some supporters. Well, the only supporters that get rotated out are Hooligans Gem and Cass and Sillin. This is due to the fact that most supporters like Chiron, Juniper and Bianca got a full art reprint. First I thought that N was going to be rotated out until I did some more research and I discovered that N is also available as the black and white promo number 100. Which means we can still use our full art N all the way back from Noble Victories if we want to pimp out our deck. N is still playable. Last on my list for cards that are not playable anymore that get rotated out are some energies. We have to say goodbye to Prism Energy and the Blend Energy. I know it's a shame, but yeah, they have to go one way or another. We did, however, get the DCE and a reprint, so we're safe on that part. As for the Pokemon, I don't think we'll lose anything that spectacular besides Sableye and maybe other Pokemon like Reuniclus or something. All that is because most of them got a reprint in the set, like Legendary Treasures. So let's take a quick look for which EXs that got rotated out. Let's just check them. We have Regigigas, Tornades from the Dark Explorer set, Kyogre, Groudon, Entei, Raikou, Rayquaza, Terrakion, Registeel, Giratina, and I believe that's all for the EXs. Also, as I mentioned, the Junk Hunt Sableye will no longer be available, so say goodbye to your good friend that gets all your items out of the discard pile. Next in this episode, we'll talk about all the top decks and how the new format will affect them. First up, Genesect Virizion. This deck will lose main cards like Tool Scraper and Sky Arrow Bridge, so both Virizion and Genesect EX will no longer profit from the free retreat that Sky Arrow Bridge provided. And picking up their tool cards will no longer be available as well because we don't have Tool Scraper. Although they get a heal energy and the Furious Fist set to heal up some damage to make up for this, but yeah, without free retreat you maybe have to run a couple of switches to do the trick. So this deck is not done yet. The next deck on my list are Team Plasma decks. They lose both the option of Prism and Blend Energy, so they will have to go for the hard way and run Rainbow Energies, but I think it will definitely survive since it's quite strong and it works really well with some combination cards. Also, another deck that survives of the loss of special energies are the Aromatisse decks, especially the loss of Prism Energy is huge for this deck. Also, it loses Level Ball and some big useful EXs since you can only play like 4 cards of the same name in your deck, which means you have to only run 4 Rainbow Energies and then for the rest maybe Fairy Energies because you don't have Prism or Blend Energies. So yeah, the Fairy deck gets a huge bummer here because the ability of Aromatisse only works with Fairy Energies and Prism Energies or anything that counts as Fairy. Yeah, it'll be less consistent in my opinion and it won't make it on the top tables for now. Next one is one of the most popular deck choices, Darkness decks that use Yveltal EX. Well, to be honest, this deck fizzles out in the late game without Dark Patch and Sableye's Junk Hunt to save them. Also, it loses the consistency and it will end up being terrible without Acceleration and the option to get back your item cards. Don't get me wrong though, Yveltal EX is still a really good card all around, but Garbodor Yveltal decks without an Acceleration is not good. Just imagine yourself, Yveltal EX fully loaded and gets knocked out and you lose all your energies. You have to play really well to get the comeback actually from that. You can try running lots of energy switches in combination with preserving energies through Yveltal EX's second attack, Y Cyclone, but I still think that this deck won't survive mainly because consistency is the key to winning any tournament. Next are the Empoleon variants. Well, these decks rely on setting up and without Level Ball and Tropical Beach by their side, they have some tough times coming for them. Although we did get that Pokemon Fan Club supporter and Flash Fire, which maybe helps this deck a bit out. It's just like the old school collector, but instead of 3 Pokemon, you get only 2. And just like Empoleon, Pyroar is another deck like that loses the same cards, Level Ball and Tropical Beach for its setup, which means they'll have to use all their resources to get out their basics as fast as they can, preferably on turn 1. They'll have it really hard, but I personally think they can survive by using the right and correct replace cards. We're almost done with this episode, but there's still 2 more decks to come. The first one is we have Blastoise and Ambor decks. Both these decks rely on those multiple attachments due to Ambor's and Blastoise ability. They lose the recovery because Super Rod is gone. Also, their setup is a bit ruined because Level Ball is gone, but as I said, Pokemon Fan Club will be the way to go. But Blastoise did, however, get Seismitoad and the Furious Fist set, which can be the ideal starter. Attach a DCE and then just lock your opponent from using any item cards. I know I said it was bad in my previous episode, but that was wrong. I corrected it in an annotation if you paid attention to that. So Blastoise is still not done for, but we still have Ambor, which will be brought down heavily because Heavy Ball is gone to bring out your Ambors and stuff. Also, Rayquaza EX is gone, which is huge for this deck, and Sillin is gone as well. This counts as well for the Blastoise deck. Yeah, they have to use Professor's Letters for sure, but Ambor is not a viable option anymore because, yeah, it loses all the resources there is and the powerful attacker Rayquaza EX. So both those decks, they actually haven't seen lots of play lately, but maybe with Seismitoad EX, Blastoise can pop back to the to the top tables. I don't think Ambor can have the enough speed to recover from the damage with rotation. Last deck on my list though, and is the Nationals winning deck, Landorus, Mewtwo, Garbodor, Raichu. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but yeah, that deck actually did really well. And good news to that deck actually, because it suffers nothing. Everything and the deck still remains because it loses actually nothing. And the Raichu is in there. I haven't explained that a lot. Raichu is in there just because to counter Yveltal EX and Lugia EXs, but I don't think Raichu will be actually. You don't have to run Raichu anymore since Yveltal EX will fizzle out. Yeah, in the meantime. And with that, I'll conclude this episode. I hope you find it a bit informational, and are you excited for the new format and the season just like me? Next, of course, yeah, just like in every old school episode from my channel, there's Poké-News, yeah, that little section at the end where I talk about everything TCG news related. First, we have like 3 things on my list. Actually, that's all for the Poké-News section. The first is the Mega Lucario collection box, which will come out with 4 X and Y booster packs, a cool looking Mega Lucario figurine, and a Lucario promo card, which is a reprint of the Legendary Treasures Lucario. Just some side information right there. This product will be available begin October. Next up are 2 missing promo cards, the Black and White number 77 and Black and White promo 78. You might have wondered why there's a 2 card gap in the promo collection. Well, that's right. Pikachu and Raichu were, yeah, the promos that should have filled that spot, but for some reason they didn't get out their product in time and they cancelled the product release, so those 2 cards never got released for the public, so they never got to see the light of day. It's a shame for Pikachu and Raichu. They're like the mascots of Pokemon, especially Pikachu, but yeah, they're not released. And finally, the Ancient Power Box. This epic looking collection box contains the full Kalos Fossil Pokemon cards. We have the Tyrantrum line and the Aurora's line, together with a Fossil Researcher. I explained that in the last episode. It's a really great Fossil supporter. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, and we'll get 3 Furious Fist booster packs with this box, so that's awesome. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, because I always appreciate that and it helps me actually to keep myself motivated to make these good quality videos for you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Stay lightning fresh. I'm out. Peace.
Also, TCG Zapdos, he does a very good job as well, just providing all sorts of content, which he does a different episode every week, just breaking down different things like deck lists, tournament reports, upcoming news, that kind of stuff. Very helpful for newer and experienced players alike, so check him out.
TCG Zapdos, they both make really well-edited videos. They are both European-based, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Pokemon Dan's from the UK. And I think TCG Zapdos is, but I could be wrong. Anyways, these great shows with episodes and great editing, and if you like the Pokemon trading card game, check out their videos.